I don't know what it is. I felt very drawn to what you're building and who you are and all the things. I've done my research in the Blue Bubbles thing. So I've
Yeah,
had many conversations with different things. I almost worked for a company, one of your competitors called
you got Send Blue, Link Blue,
Blue.
Blueo.
Yeah, but I don't
Yep.
like him. I just didn't like the person that I was talking to
I,
for some reason.
dude,
Uh,
so it's weird. Like, you notice on ads, I get so I look at all their ads because we run our own ads. And like, I look at like Send Blue's ads and I just feel like when I look at them, my first impression is like cocky attitude. You know what I mean?
mhm. Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. It's just, you got to think about that. Like, are you a genuine human being that is behind a product,
hmm Yeah. People do business with people they know, like, and trust and whatnot.
Yep.
So
Classic.
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, you've already won my heart and whatnot. So we can absolutely should probably jam on like proper implementation and whatnot.
So easy.
Um
You're going to love it, man.
and
Our system is just so easy. So
yeah, cool. Well, let's talk about it. And then obviously I'm gonna see where we can create the win-win in it beyond this. But so let me show you. I just freaking I barely sleep anymore between MMA training
sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah.
uh and um and vibe coding, dude. Like Claude Code has just my heart right
Oh yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
just
so
so
I'm the lead developer on our team because I live in
mhm.
Cursor all day long. I
Using
live in Cursor
cursor.
all day with Claude.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Jesus, like this stuff I'm building, like it's I can't. Like it used to. I worked in corporate as I didn't never code it myself really, but I would work with the developers and the UI and the UX teams to be the kind of the glue. So I speak
Yep.
developer-ish,
Yep. Yep.
and so now I'm like, it's like I have my own team. I have my own senior,
Yeah.
developer on my team with Claude, and it's
Yeah.
insane. And it's
It's
open
crazy.
Claude. I'm just like, and now I heard about Paperclip AI. You know about that?
No, I haven't used it. No.
Dude, it's the promise of Paperclip. I'm still learning, right? Is that you have a CEO with like the department heads, and it just like has your this expert, that expert, and it like all communicates to each other.
You
Each
can do
entity
that
is
with
perfect.
Cursor. You can do that with Cursor.
Really.
Yeah, all the agents. Yeah, Cursor actually, I will never use anything. I mean, even high level, man. Their developers, their lead developers are all using Cursor. All of them.
Cool. So now another rabbit hole to get into.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Damn you, Zach.
ultimately, so it's interesting about us because we started out as a generalist agency 5 years
hmm
ago. We've been on GHL for a long time, and so we built this solution for us initially, and it was just one of our projects. I have all of these developers that I've worked with, and we shifted from like Pulse marketing solutions to DevTribe Labs, and now we build custom apps. And I'm going to do less of that with this company. I probably don't want to do anything for anybody else anymore
hmm
as things progress. But as an agency that was developing apps, I had a lot of experience like you, just like being around all these developers and communicating and making sure things work right, and UI and function, and all this stuff you have to look at. And now I'm at the point where like I can direct a team and need very little assistance for a majority of my tasks since my platform's pretty well built out. And
hmm
there are times where I'm like, I'm not even getting into that. You're gonna fix that for me, and I'll, you know what I mean? Like, but generally now that our platform's so built out, man, we can just move. And there's so many moving parts, man. Like we
hmm
are sending webhooks in 3 different directions simultaneously, like all day long,
Cool.
in volume. So it's a trip.
Do you want to kind of show me what it looks like on the
Yeah,
inside,
yeah,
and then get into the nitty-gritty
yeah,
of
sure.
yeah.
Let's see.
So one use case I know I'm gonna be trying to fix is like my go high level emails go straight to spam, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up fixing it somehow,
Yeah, I
but
can give you direction on that. We're really good
but
at actually using email apps for cold outreach. So
really, but I'm thinking like, look, to reach my entire audience, actually reach them, um, to just get people used to engaging with me via SMS,
it's way more effective. Yep.
Yeah. So I want
We'll
to do
switch to
that, and I have a very like authentic and like personal brand. So, um, I don't know to what extent we'll do um automation versus not, but we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so the cool thing is, like, you just booked an appointment, and we built an automation in high level. We're using a high level calendar, and you saw the automation that comes over. That's using iBluSend when
hmm
you schedule. We don't use anything in high level for that. By the way, you can see right here, there's this YouTube. We just recently created a YouTube channel like a month ago,
Cool.
and like some of our videos we've already had like almost 60,000 views in just like a month with like 26 subscribers. Nutty. Anyway, long story short, what I've personally been working on is the user interaction and making sure that users know how to use our platform, especially if they're on white label or agency. So I've been going through the grunt work of creating all these video tutorials that pop up when you go into these sections. So we're slowly building that out because we've changed so much. If we would have done it early on, it just wouldn't have worked because we changed it all.
Yeah.
So anytime you get into like a section like this, one of the most important sections is where we're at right now, and that's setting up your account, right? So for you, let me ask you this. So you're an agent, you've got your company. How many sub accounts are you managing?
So I'm not. So I'm having a bit of identity crisis because although I started as
A lot
trying
of
to
us do.
be.
A lot of us do that. We drink the sass juice and then you're like, I don't want to sell that shit. Yep.
Yeah, so Manifest X is really in a personal development space. I do coaching workshops,
Cool.
online platform now, retreats. So,
Sweet.
we help people 10x income impact intuition. I have a certification program for theta healers. So it's
Nice.
soul
Okay.
and strategy,
I
So
got
we,
I got a bunch of those people in my circles, you know.
yeah. So, I basically bring people back to doing the inner work and belief system upgrades, and then
That's
we
beautiful, man.
support them
Yeah.
with high ticket sales and whatnot. So now more recently, I've been getting into building custom GPTs and stuff like that for my clients and community.
Yeah.
And I do have an agency partner who's been building my funnels and everything and whatnot. And now I'm starting to really develop and own my, go high level and whatnot, because I just had to force myself to sort of crack this code. And I'm kind of inclined to help some of my clients with this myself, or like
Beautiful.
basically my team kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm kind of like at the intersection of like doing some done for you funnels for my clients,
Mhm.
and want to see, how much of the tools that I'm using once it's singing, how much of that can we use for them as well.
Right. Yeah, yeah, totally. Okay.
So I'm kind of
So,
doing both.
so for you, like initially, like, depending on your account, like you mentioned the starter account, we really put that there as like, we're going to dangle this carrot in front of you. You're going to get one device, you can set up one sub account. And if you're an agency, you're going to need more than that. So we know that. So
Hmm.
we get you in, we get you using it, and then you're like, oh my God, what was I missing? So right here, we're in one of our demo accounts, and I've named this iBluSend. I was actually about to start a video tutorial on our new bridge that we just launched, a brand new Mac OS bridge. But the really cool thing is here, and one of the most important things is that you just set everything up right. Our system doesn't let you break anything, which is cool. Early it did, like you were learning,
Hmm.
because like users wouldn't follow the process, so we like locked that process in. So the new process is essentially you come into accounts, and that's one of the first things you're going to do. And you're going to create an organization. We got lots of little tool tips here, and so naming convention is really important here. So like if you had multiple sub accounts, you'd want to give the organization the same name as your sub account, right? So that way everything matches and jives. So I've already done that with this one. And I've already mapped a Mac Mini that we use for OpenClaw and other things. And we run a bridge on it 24/7. And so this is pretty cool. So like when you first
Wait,
create,
when you say you have a bridge on it, it just means that it talks to your other devices, or what does it mean?
I'll explain. I'll explain. So
Okay.
so right here, we've got this first organization card, and I like to correlate this to a sub account in Highlevel, right? The reason we
Hmm.
have organizations, and I'm actually going to change the naming convention that's on our list. I'm going to change it to sub accounts from organizations, just so that way, as a high level, like I know what a sub account is in Highlevel, and if I see sub accounts there, that's going to make more sense to me. So naming convention, we're going to fix that in the portal pretty soon. But right now, you've got organizations, and an organization is essentially a sub account in Highlevel, right? Because that's the way you want to think of it.
Okay.
You're going to essentially connect a device initially. And I've already done this. And the cool thing is, and we'll just go into manage devices. There's a tab right there, so you can just bounce back and forth. Once you've connected a device, you'll be able to see it here, and you'll be able to map an organization to it. So I'll do that here. I'm not going to do it right this minute. But say you're in here, right, and you've got this device that you've just connected. Basically, you can delete these, you can move them, you can connect them to different sub accounts. But the beauty is like, if I want to set up my system, all I have to do is add a device, download the Mac bridge. Okay. Let me do a
Hmm.
different share. I'm going to do a full window share so you can see all this. Here
We're
we go.
also, I feel like, so close to just doing it on my thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so easy. So here, let me go to downloads. Boom. Save. So I've
I'm on my desktop right now, but does it have to be on a PC, on my PC right now? It just has to be on a Mac, doesn't matter.
got to be on a Mac. Yeah. Because it's got to talk to the message database. Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay, okay, no worries.
Yep. So Mac OS application. You'll notice here, and we just released this yesterday, version 4.0 for the Mac bridge. And this is a very advanced version of the bridge that basically stays active all the time. It also refreshes the messages database automatically, so it never becomes stale. So the beauty is you could just leave this thing running, and it will constantly be pulling and looking for new messages, which
Hmm.
is awesome. And then it syncs to the phone, and it syncs to the Highlevel account that you got connected to it. So, okay, I've downloaded the bridge, I've installed it. And basically, once you've done that, I don't have it active on this one right now. Maybe I should. We'll just do it. We'll do it. And here it is. And here's the bridge. You'll drop it in your applications folder. I'm going to go ahead and replace. And then I'm going to go ahead and just go in here, find that app. There it is. And I want to open, and then you're gonna have to allow a few things, obviously. So it
Hmm.
has access to keychains, so that way it can get permissions to basically pull those messages out of the messages database. There's a few little OKs that you got to go through here. And so boom, that's done. I'll close that. You'll notice it's also set as a login item, Why do we do that? Because we don't want, say if you run an update, you want to make sure that the bridge starts again. You know what I mean? If it restarts.
Yeah.
Because if you're, out of state and you're using it for iMessage, we built in the functionality of the bridge that just always stay on, basically, once you connected it. So really
So
important.
so that means that if my MacBook turns off, that the app still works, kind of thing.
It would if it restarts. It has to be running. It has to be running. Has to be
Okay.
running. So that's why Mac Mini is a little bit better. It's a stationary unit. You're gonna leave it on 24/7. We do
All
that
right.
with a ton of them. Yep.
I see.
Then you can run OpenClaw on it or Perplexity
Yeah.
Computer or whatever that whatever your secret sauce
I'm
is.
so close to just kind of running it on my PC anyway.
Yeah, I've got one. I talked to it. Amazing. It's amazing through Telegram. It's incredible. Yeah, set that up a while ago. So when you launch this app, it's pretty cool. I've got too many menu bar items, so you're not gonna be able to see this right away. Let's just go ahead and see iBluSend bridge. So you can tell it's running right here. And basically it's just gonna run in the background. And you've got settings for this here. Allow. This is actually asking for permissions to get into the system. And so we got to double check that. Let's go into system settings. There's just so many tutorials, little things you got to do on Apple for security. So accessibility, it's got to have access to accessibility. There's the new one right there. You can see I've got some old versions of the bridge. I might as well just kill those because they're no longer active. So accessibility, full disk access. I'm going to add that in here. And there it is. Okay. Quit and reopen.
I'll be recording this just in case I need to.
I record I record them all. They're all in Fathom. Yep. Yeah. So I did a walkthrough on this recently on YouTube too, just because I wanted to make sure, like, hey, this is how it works, especially with our new process. And then you'll notice in the Apple settings for privacy, automation automatically accepts it. So our app automatically asks for automation right away. So you don't have to turn this on. Just full disk access and accessibility is the key there. So once you got that, we'll go ahead and just launch this again. And we've got one more update coming for the bridge today. This whole bridge is actually going to show up in your menu bar. I have too many items in my menu bar. I don't know if I can fix that during the call here, but you'll see it running if I don't have this Zoom share. And basically, it's just going to run in the background. And so you'll go through, you'll download it, you'll connect it, and then you'll just hit next here. And then, we do have questioning for like, are you a high level user? Are you not a high level user? Because we do have users that don't have high level and they just use our system as a CRM. So that's why we asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
We built it that way too. We didn't want to be reliant on.
It makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, is there a benefit to using it without GoHighLevel on its own?
I mean, it's a CRM built around iMessage. So, it has conversational AI, it has all that stuff. High level has lots of automations though. So that's where high level is very powerful. We are going to build our own
like the workflow kind of features.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to have nearly the advancement that they have with workflows, but we think for users, it would be important to have the basic automation workflows, like, responded, not responded, all that kind of stuff, sentiment responses. So we'll probably build a workflow builder that is very simple for users to use, that they can use in correlation to calendars and all that kind of stuff in our system.
I got to get into workflows. But
yeah, it's a whole nother can of worms for us to go into that. We're not going to do it yet because we have the high level integration. So you've connected, this particular device, right? And we can see it connected. We've mapped a device to that sub account. Basically, you just pop this token right into the actual app. That's it. And after you've done that, you'll be connected. So then you go back to your organizations and you'll have basically a setup like this. You'll have a device connected, right? Mac Bridge. You can see it right there. We can see the sub account, and there's the sub account. We can also, we auto poll. I shouldn't say we can. We do auto poll assign users. In our demo account, we don't have any assigned users, so it doesn't matter. A couple cool things. This is a red flag button when you're setting it up. Let me explain why. And you can see we've got a pop-up for this. You don't necessarily want contacts syncing back to high level if they didn't originate from high level to keep your system clean, right? So you can turn this on if you want to, but just keep in mind when you get messages inside of our system, then it would generate a contact in high level and it could fill up your CRM with garbage. So some users want it, some don't. So we gave the functionality for that. Pretty neat.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm clear. So basically that means if I'm getting a new contact through phone, that it doesn't feed it into GoHighLevel.
Unless you turn that on.
Okay.
Yeah. And the safeguard there is if it does originally originate out of high level in a workflow or from one of your contacts, if you send out of high level, then it will sync back to high level. But it has to see that directional first message. Okay. It's important too. I mean,
so yeah, just again for clarity, it's like when I get a GoHighLevel contact and we iMessage them and this updates whatever, that does information flows back to GoHighLevel. Okay,
Yep,
okay.
exactly. Yeah, it's just we didn't want all the garbage from the phone essentially like syncing back, especially if people are using their phone for business and personal, and then suddenly all your personal stuff is feeding back to Highlevel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way to think of it. A couple cool things. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this, but we obviously wanted you need to have time zone in here, and we can sync GHL calendars, and we can sync Google calendars here, which is pretty slick. So why would we do that? So then you can see your calendar in our system. Again, it's just
That's cool.
CRM. Yeah. So at this point, we've got this particular mapped setup here. We'll just go into devices, take a look here, and we can see MacBridge. I think I renamed that. I got to go look, but let's see. Here's the iBluSend account. And actually, I was just getting ready to mess around with this a little bit. And we got a couple phones in here. Let's see which one we want to. Let's create a new contact just for fun here. And let's see which one we're going to use. I don't want to use the bridge phone, so I'll use this phone. So the iPhone backup. You don't typically want to message the bridge phone, by the way. I've seen users do this. It drives me nuts. It's like it's running your bridge. You're going to see an echo. You know what I mean? So you want, if you're testing, you want to send it to a different phone number, not the one you're using for your bridge. Okay.
So don't text yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But we had users doing it, and then they're like, "We're seeing duplicate messages in Highlevel." I'm like, "Well, you're texting the bridge. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got you're creating an echo loop." So yeah, it's just some of the goofiness we had to go through as a new company. Like, expect that. All right, so let's see. Just a second. Let's find that number. I love how the iPhones do just like automatically change contact names whenever they feel like it. It's pretty funny. We're gonna call this one. All right, cool. There we go. All right, so I've just established this new contact in here, and let's move all these Zoom windows. They always get in the way. It's really annoying. So, we have the dedicated app right here, so you can just select iBluSend right here, which is pretty slick. So there it is. And at this point, I can just send a message, and I can do it through here. I can do it through workflows. Wait for Highlevel to figure itself out. There it is. So there's that message. Let's close this out. I just connected this bridge too. So, yep. Let's close that and let's find that phone. All right. Let's make sure I have like 4 iPhones laying around. It's really annoying. So, there you go. Mapped. There you go. Camera. You can see hello. You can't really see it because I've got a really nice DSLR. But there you go. So I just sent a message out of there, and now I'm going to reply back. That's how easy it is. We literally have like multiple webhooks just syncing all the time. So they're sending, receiving. So check this out. This is something pretty cool that we built in footers to all of these messages. And why do we build in footers? Because we want to know what device it came from for the receiving, especially if you got multiple devices. You can connect like 100 devices to an existing sub-account organization in our system. And why would you do that? If you're doing cold outreach, you've got about a cap of 75 to keep your sender trust up. Let's say I want to do a cold outreach campaign, and I'm hitting 75 unique contacts that I've never contacted before on that one device. We set up an auto cycle, so you could have a whole bunch of devices, and it will just cycle through all of them to keep you under that 75 threshold intelligently, so you don't have to worry about your number being blacklisted for spam. The other cool thing here is it shows the name of the sub account or organization in our system. That's why naming convention is really important. And is it in iMessage or is it in iPhone? So pretty cool there. Let's do it. Let's see.
I have a use case question. So one of the things I do, like the message I was telling you about, I run the Speakeasy chapter in Los Angeles.
Yep.
And right now on WhatsApp, I'll like manually do a hey, remember it's happening message, and then they get a Google Calendar ping too, but still, getting everybody aware that it's happening. So like could I schedule an automated situation where they get event reminders?
Yeah. Are you using Highlevel for that right now?
I'm not.
Okay.
It's actually not happening at all. I need to get good at like segmenting my list
Okay.
and actually putting kind of like workflows in place. So I don't have that yet, but I need to. I want to.
Got it. Yeah. Again, that's why we're going to build internal workflows, but you could do it with a Highlevel workflow.
So Highlevel does it, and then we can use iBlue to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll show you that next. This Android is so slow. It's the only problem about Android, man. It's just weird. So same exact thing. It's going to send out. And then when we reply back here, it's going to show the exact same thing. It's going to say it's SMS or RCS or whatever. Okay. Got it. In workflows, we'll go ahead and just go into there now. Got it. I think I got a demo in here. So let's see. Let's create a new, let's just go into this one right here. And so in any workflow, you got your workflow actions in Highlevel. And so you'll see here iBluSend, and you'll see all these workflow actions. We also have a ton of workflow triggers. So these were all built in the GoHighLevel app. So when you establish that connection, you can build any kind of workflow action you want here. So we can put in the message. We can put in, obviously, we want to select iMessage. And you always want to select iMessage. We're probably going to remove the SMS option because it will auto convert to RCS or SMS. Put in your message, put in your custom fields. You can put in a name, and you can just drop the link in for the attachment, and it will show as rich media on the other side for both Android and iPhone. So pretty cool there. Just
so
high level.
So attachment shows that rich media. So if I upload a PDF, image, or whatever, it just like sends them the thing.
Yeah. So if you go in your media storage and you copy that link, right, in your media storage in Highlevel, you could just drop that link into the attachments here. And when the user receives it, they won't receive a link. They'll actually receive rich media. Yep. So pretty cool there. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. One other thing I'll draw your attention to while we're in here. Let's just remove this. Go back here. So basically, Highlevel had a workflow execution waiver beta program. And so we've just been approved for it. So these will all show 0 pretty soon. This was Highlevel charging for what they refer to as premium executions. But yesterday we were approved for it. So I should see this switch over pretty soon to 0 cost in workflows. Okay. Just good to know. Yep. So yeah, I mean, it's really.
So otherwise they would charge for like tokens or whatever to do this?
No, they charge like 1 cent for premium executions. They charge Highlevel charges for what they refer to as premium executions.
I didn't know.
Yeah, in workflows. You'll see it on all sorts of stuff if you really start digging around in workflows. But yeah, I get better email them because they said we were approved for it. I've been checking it every day. But yeah, it's only been 1 day. I'm just super impatient. Like, come on.
I get it.
And so pretty slick there. So you've connected a device. The cool thing is here we got a full dashboard too that like shows all of the messages that are coming in. You can see like the most recent ones. Pretty neat, right? And we have sentiment analysis in here as well, delivery rates, priority actions, and then we have an AI orchestrator in our system that essentially, if you're using this for cold outbound or something, it looks for opportunities or missed leads or anything that potentially could be valuable to you. It does it automatically, which is
yeah. I get like emails from applications. So I have applications coming in all the time, and now we have an outbound LinkedIn team that just like researches people with thousands of profiles, and then they have an exchange in my LinkedIn, and I don't even do anything.
That's cool.
Some of them end up scheduling, some of them end up as no-shows, some of them end up just having an application but nothing. And so it's starting to get really overwhelming. So I wonder if there's a way to streamline this. I don't know what that would
probably
be.
whatever workflow you've built for that outreach, you just basically probably just do it right from Highlevel through a webhook. I'm not sure how you set that up, but I'd be curious about your workflow and how you'd want it to work. But it's absolutely you can automate everything ultimately. That's the reality. Yep. All right. So another cool thing that we wanted to have for, again, for high-level users or anybody that's using CRM, I don't care if it's HubSpot or anything that allows you to iframe anything in, we created the ability to pull in external dashboards to our dashboard. So like if you have Google Ads or Looker Studio and you're showing Meta advertising or LinkedIn advertising, and you want that in this menu inside our system, you could load that in our system. And then if you want, you can take our entire dashboard and you can create a token and you can drop it into something like Highlevel. Let me show you what this looks like. So check this out. Dashboards. Everybody in Highlevel loves dashboards. There's like entire communities based around dashboards, right? So we go to elements, we go to embed, and we want to switch this to iframe. And since we have a token, we said, yes, we want to do that. Got to give it a name. So we'll just say iBluSend, and we'll save it. Okay. And it's going to pop in down here. There it is. It's real small at first. It's real teeny. So you got to make it bigger. That's what she said. All right. So let's go up and go all the way to the top. And I got all the default menu items from Highlevel, right? Like, and check this out. Now you've got your entire dashboard from us in your dashboard, which looks a lot better.
Yeah.
And if you've added, your own Looker Studio or whatever to this dashboard, you're embedding that as well, which is cool.
Cool.
So we kind of solved 2 problems with one. We're like, okay, we want our dashboard in there, and then you can bring your other dashboards. And so just nice feature there.
Cool. I wonder if I can bring my Luma. Luma is a big communication platform. Do you know about it? It's like it does events and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, anything with iframe. If they've got an iframe, you can. Yep.
Sure.
Yep. So
iframe in my dashboard. Cool.
Yep. Let's see. Highlevel just like hides messages. I never know why. Like no conversations. I was just in here. Just baffling, just baffling.
Yeah. Okay, you're basically have your own high level big mama account, right? And then sub accounts and whatnot.
Yeah. We give free sub accounts too, depending on the plan you sign up for. So if you want a high level sub account, you could sign up for one of our plans and get a high level sub account.
No, the reason I asked is because so my business partner Ken, he has like a command center type thing built, and so I have his school high level sub account,
Mhm,
but he's also my business partner. So like I'm thinking if we're being like I'm adding now these tools to basically his thing that he didn't have,
mhm,
and investing. I just talked to a company called Snowy AI. They do voice to voice,
mhm.
so that I have the widget on the website that helps book appointments and whatnot and get phone
Yep.
numbers and everything.
Yep.
Um, I'm gonna use more of that. So I'm gonna be as I'm cracking these things, gonna do like this potentially like a snapshot thing for my clients, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, um, if it makes sense for me to just like partner with him to improve what we got going on, or just do my own mama account. You know what I mean? So
Using somebody else's sub account, like if you can afford to have your own agency account and you're going to do snapshots, you should have your own. That's my own opinion. So take it or leave it.
yeah, I haven't done snapshots for clients yet. So I don't know at what point that makes sense to
It's
do.
so easy, man. All you do is you take a sub account and you fill it with all the stuff that you want. So it could have preset workflows, preset funnels, preset voice AI, whatever you got pre-built in there. And you
Hmm.
pre-built everything in that sub account. And then you can just export that sub account as the snapshot. So you basically take an empty sub account and you build everything that you want for that new user, new client, and then you just create a snapshot out of the sub account. It's really easy.
Hmm. How much do you pay for your agency account?
It's 497 through high level.
Hmm.
Yeah. But if you wait soon, they typically will have an offer of they so usually like let's see, right now it's March. I don't know when the next big thing is, but a lot of times if you haven't signed up for one, they'll do like a 3 months for 50% off to get you going.
3 months for 50% off. Oh, that's cool. Cool. So it's 497 one time or monthly?
High level? No, it's 497 a month.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Interesting, because when I talked to Snowy, they were going to sell me an agency account
they
for
can't.
five.
Nobody can sell you an agency account. The only person that can sell you an agency account in high level is high
Oh,
level. So that
so,
they're lying. Yeah.
so that is it that they're doing a sub account essentially that can make other sub accounts or whatever? Or how does that
Can't do
work?
it. Can't do it. You have to have an agency plan, a SaaS plan with high level.
Interesting. So I wonder what
Yeah.
they're trying to do.
Fake news. They're basically saying like, oh, we'll give you a bunch of sub accounts and you can, yeah, whatever.
Oh, basically you can sell the sub accounts for us. Got it.
Yeah, no, you got to sign up with high level. Yep.
Okay. Okay, interesting. And then when I'm implementing this and my people want iBluMessages,
Mhm.
how would that work?
Yeah. So pretty simple. So, um, in this case, you'd want an agency account because we only give white label to agency accounts. And I've got a whole video on this, by the way. That's the one I
Mhm.
just dropped on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. You repeat yourself at some
Yeah.
point, right?
But
I
yeah,
know what that's like.
yeah. It's like every time I find myself repeat, I'm doing a video on it.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it in the dashboard. So you can create a custom domain just like you can with high level. So it would be, login.youragency.com. And then after you've done that, you've set up your branding. I'll give you an idea of one that we're using for demos. You get this login page and you can customize it so it doesn't have our branding anywhere. It's using the custom login. It's got Google login and it's pretty, right? And you can make it look however you want. And so once you've done that, you would invite that remote user because a lot of times, if you are doing snapshots for clients and you're inviting them to set up iMessage, you don't want them to know it's iBluSend. So we gave you the ability to white label it and hide all of our branding, and everything's going to be under your branding. And so you go in and you invite a team member, right? And when you invite a team member, you're going to invite them as a client white label. And you can set their password for them, and they'll receive an email from iMessageSender.com, not from iBluSend.com. And then they'll see a dumbed down version of the dashboard, and then they can install the bridge. So yeah, it's really slick. The one thing you would want to do initially before that, and there's clarity here too. So like in accounts, new organization, and you'll notice when you're creating a new organization, you got white label or just like one of my own sub accounts, right? So there you go. And so I'd say, okay, I definitely want white label and I want to select all this stuff and I want to give it a name and I'm going to give it their sub account name. Again, naming convention. And as long as you've done this in their portal, when they sign in to go connect their device, they'll see a basic dashboard based on the capabilities and the stuff that you give them access to. They'll just see the connect my bridge and they'll be able to download the bridge, connect the token, and they're good to go. So,
Okay.
and then they've never seen anything with high level. They never see anything with iBlueSend. It's all from your white label.
Hmm. Okay.
And agency is $2.99, but it gives you 20 slots, so you could have 20 sub accounts under that. And then if you want more, we have a couple different ways that you can do that. We have
Is
enterprise
it
level
two,
pricing.
is it 2.99 per month?
Yeah, yeah,
I see. I
yeah,
see. So I'd have to actually pre-sell clients on it before I do
yeah. I
anything
mean,
like
we got a
this.
lot of
But
agencies.
that's the idea of
Yep.
like crushing it with this entry level. So that one, I'm gonna create some new clients and membership signups with it, and show ups of my existing clients, and then two, yeah, we can do full
Yeah, and it's
that's
an
what
easy
expense.
listen, man. It's a super easy sell. I mean, our product. Listen, when you look at the Twilio expense alone, just for multimedia messaging and messaging for any account that has any decent volume, you're going to be upwards of $200, $300, $400 a month just in like SMS and MMS charges to that client. So the sell is like, first of all, you're not going to have this crazy Twilio expense. Secondly, it's going to be blue bubbles, and your conversion rate is going to be 198% above SMS. And then the third thing you want to think about is when you set up a phone number and you go through A2P and you do all this crap with Highlevel, because it's Twilio, you're buying these numbers from these spam banks, right? And you buy one of these numbers and it's already been marked spam like a million times. So if you're sending SMS from Highlevel with one of these new A2P approved numbers, it may show sent inside your dashboard, right? It may show sent, but likelihood is AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, it automatically went to spam. The customer never even saw that reply. But it shows in your dashboard that it did. So not only are you spending all this additional money to use Twilio, your messages aren't even getting delivered. We have a 98% delivery rate with this.
Yeah. So that's a pitch for somebody who's already using it, but they're overspending by using Twilio.
Yeah, I mean, most sub accounts already know this because they're seeing the bills through their wallet through Highlevel.
Yeah. I mean, this is my silly assumption because it's my first time. Well, it's not my first time implementing something like this. I used text magic before, but I think a lot of my people are not currently doing this. So and they need to. It's more so I think switching from not from but like adding it to their adding SMS to their
Yeah,
thing. So
iMessage just is so much more impactful. I mean, if you're on iPhone, you get a blue bubble. Like if you get
yeah.
something that's green and says reply stop, unsubscribe, unsubscribe.
I was having this conversation with my people in the mastermind, like 12 people there, and I asked them like how many of you have like how many unread emails do you have right now? And they're like hundreds, right?
Yep.
And then we hear numbers. All right, cool. How many unread blue bubble iMessages do you have right now?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, it's
zero.
like zero. Exactly. And the big comparison too, like why we are so different than like SendBlue or LinkBlue. Listen, I'm not going to knock them. They have good technology, but they're doing it all through API and jailbroken devices that are not following Apple's terms of service, the TOS,
Mm,
because they've got basically a server farm of phones and Mac Minis that are jailbroken to do certain things that Apple doesn't want you to do.
mm-hmm.
And where we're really powerful is we're not managing server farms. We are allowing a user like yourself to have multiple Apple devices, which only sells more devices for Apple. So good for them, right? And then you're using legitimate Apple IDs that you create, you manage. You've got the phone number from whatever carrier you picked it up from. You can go get $10 add-a-lines or however you want to handle it. And you've got your own Mac Mini and you've connected those iCloud accounts. It's a legitimate iCloud account. So we're
Mm.
also a bit safer in regards to if Apple ever decides to put their foot down on companies that are like, server farm type situations, they're going to go.
Yeah.
So 100% they're going.
I did think when I talked to them that was a little weird with the server farm thing. So this is kind of like in integrity, essentially. That's what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
it's an integrity and it gives agencies full control. And typically, if you go to SendBlue or LinkBlue, you're going to spend on average, their prices are all over the board. I've talked to one user that was paying $200 a month for one phone number. I talked to another user that was paying $300 a month for one phone number. Dude, we on our middle plan for $99 a month, you get 5 device slots. You can have 5 of your own devices syncing at all times.
Gotcha. So people use your own PCs, iPhones, and MacBooks.
Yeah, you one to
Not
one
PCs, but
MacBook
like
with phone. Yep, yep, that's it. And you got that one time investment, but then you own the hardware. You could have 5 open claws if you want running your business. I mean, however you want to look at it. But the reality is,
a lot of people are buying MacBooks, Mac Minis, but not just for the open cloud
dude,
experience.
and I get this conversation all the time. I'm like, oh, I have to buy a Mac. I'm not doing that. Oh, I need another phone line. I'm like, dude, if you go look at SendBlue or LinkBlue, you're going to be paying $200-$300 a month. You could buy a Mac Mini used right now for $300 on eBay, M1, and start running it, and go to your own carrier, add a line for $10 with no data, right, and connect it to your Wi-Fi. Keep that running. 1 month,
Yeah,
you have a new piece of hardware in your house.
yeah, and
Versus
it's
I'm going to pay $300 a month for a server farm to do it for me.
yeah, completely makes sense. Well, awesome. More reasons to get the open claw machine. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
have so you said one to one. So I have my MacBook Pro laptop. and I have my iPhone. Is that the one-on-one combination that I
That's
need?
it. That's it. Just Mac to phone, same
So
Apple
if I
ID.
get another McNee, so then I need to.
Create a new Apple ID when you get the new phone, sign it into both the same Apple ID, and then there's a couple little settings things that you got to do in Mac OS messages and iOS messages is pretty easy. Just enable text message forwarding and that kind of thing.
So yeah, so an additional 2 devices basically for my next line.
So yeah, man. Whatever you want to sign up for, totally cool. Let me know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have any questions. Otherwise, just go to the site and sign up for whatever plan you want. It's pretty straightforward. We have a 7-day
cool.
free trial on there too, just so you can test it out.
Have a what?
7-day free trial on all plans.
That's wonderful. Just wonderful.
It's the, risk reversal. Russell Brunson. Let's go.
Yeah. So good. So good. Well, I appreciate your time and all the things.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think I have any questions right now. I guess what is your on my entry level, what does your support look like for beginners?
So it's self-serve on everything, but if you have questions, we answer them. I mean, it's,
makes sense.
We're there.
I mean, I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna run back the recording anyway, and so I think it's gonna help with.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is that, like, if you're in our dashboard, we respond to everybody. We're a new company. We don't ignore anyone. We answer everybody's question. If somebody has a feature request, we listen to that. So like up here, you got a little question mark, and you'll notice that we also have an AI that's trained on the system. Chat with Blue, and you can contact support here. Submit basically what's going on. Hey, I need help with this. And then
brilliant.
And then all the things that we're updating all the time. You'll see up here, and you can submit ideas here as well.
Here's a random question. Maybe this is my submit idea. As I'm building chat agents, you know how some people build agents inside of WhatsApp or whatever?
Yeah.
Is it possible to build agents inside of iMessage?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, man. We're integrated. So we have our own bot builder. I think I told you that here. So if you're on the agency plan, actually, if you're on the pro plan or the agency plan, it's now on both. This is a system that is fully optimized based on the best conversational AI on the market. And so you just walk through the bot builder here, create your first bot, and it'll utilize the system, and those messages will show up in Highlevel as well. Secondly, if you didn't like ours for some reason, we are fully integrated with CloseBot, which is the #1 AI, conversational AI software on the market that is fully integrated with Highlevel. We've already done that.
Interesting. And you said it sends messages, so when people interact with my bot, I also get their interactions in GoHighLevel?
Yes.
Because that's ChatGPT, custom GPTs don't do that currently, as an example.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this is, like, you create a conversational AI for this phone number and somebody responds to it, and you set when you want it to respond and all that kind of stuff, and it handles those conversations. Everything will sync, and it will sync back to Highlevel.
Brilliant.